Hi, everybody, and welcome to our latest ASUN basketball preview as we recognize and introduce our newest member of the ASUN. That's Bellarmine University down in Kentucky. And joining us on the men's side is their head coach for a long time now. That's Scott Davenport. He's joined by one of his top returning scorers in CJ Fleming. And on the women's side is their longtime head coach, Chancellor Dugan, and their top two returning scorers, Bree Torrens and Tasha Jeffries. Thank you guys so much for joining us. First of all, Coach Davenport, tell me what it's like trying to join a new conference, move up from Division II to Division I in the midst of a pandemic.
It's a phenomenal busy. It's a great busy because there's not enough hours in the day. I mean, everybody talks about being complacent and bored. Well, I tell you what, no, not if you're making this transition into a new league, making yourself familiar, looking out for your guys. No, it's a great busy. There's no downtime, none at all. There's not enough hours in the day, is the bottom line.
Coach Dugan, what's it been like for you, and what's been the greatest challenge for your group in terms of dealing with the pandemic and the change?
Well, like Scotty said, it's been just getting familiar with the ASUN and the teams that are in it. But the biggest thing that our challenge is just making sure that the girls are okay, that they've got everything they need, taking care of them as far as just school goes, academics, everything on the court, off the court, in their daily lives and their personal lives.
Bree and Tasha, you guys are roommates, so tell me what's been the biggest challenge as a student athlete trying to deal with this? What's been most difficult?
I would say mainly just the transition from how we handle classes. A lot of our classes are either online completely or part online. So just dealing with like load management and time management, it's even more important than it was before.
Tasha?
Yeah, I agree with that. And just like not being able to socially gather and like that's been a little bit different on campus. You're used to seeing a lot of people together and you don't see that at all anymore. So it's like you're not getting any social interaction outside of your teammates. So that's different.
CJ, has it been the same for you? What's it been like as a student athlete? You've been with the program for a couple of years.
I think during the transition, during a normal year, there's going to be a lot of change, but especially during a pandemic, this has been a lot different. And it's been a roller coaster ride so far. But from day one, we thought we were going to play, and every day we prepared like we were going to play. And we're just ready to get started and ready for November 25th.
Scott, you guys have been a very accomplished program at the Division II level. What are the greatest challenges you think to going to Division I, and how has it helped your program so far?
Well, the program has been helped immensely, but I've said all along, if it was great for Bellarmine basketball, it would be great for Bellarmine University. If it's great for Bellarmine University, it'll be great for Bellarmine basketball. And I felt like that along my entire career from a high school coach on. And I think this has been incredible. But the biggest change is recruiting. And it's not that you're recruiting different type of players, different type of people. It's who you're recruiting against is different. But in terms of us recruiting the same type of people, nothing's changed whatsoever. I get asked all the time, in the spring of 2005, Bellarmine had won 9 games. And 6 years later, won a national championship, followed by 4 Final Fours. And people say, oh, well, how'd you do that? Like it's some tricky play or it's some hocus pocus. No, the greatest reason, it trumps everything, is the greatest source of reason for our success is the best recruiters in this program are players. And if you had a group of 5 attorneys or 5 physicians or 5 accountants, another great attorney would want to join that team. And our players are the key to our recruiting. And that's been the biggest challenge because of the limitations. No one can get here to see or be around our players except like the way we're meeting. Mm-hmm. And they cannot really be around them, without just go hang out in the dorm, go to class with them on this official visit. So the challenge is just keep overcoming those obstacles. But the goals never changed one bit. Put your players first, you'll be in good shape. And we haven't changed one thing. Put your players first.
Coach Dugan, what's it been like for you? What are the foundations that you're trying to create in the move from Division II to Division I?
Well, I think that we're approaching it the same way. We've always been about recruiting high character, high motor, high IQ type of players that want to come to Bellarmine and get a great education. I mean, the school sells itself. I mean, so we don't really have to do a lot of work as far as that goes. We've just got to make sure that we put the players that we have in that in the role to make them successful. And these two right here, have just embraced it. They've done such a fantastic job, and I couldn't be more proud of them and pleased with them. They're great seniors, and they're doing a great job. Amidst all this, just uncertainty every single day, is a different thing. You get thrown a curveball, and they've just, they've been able to, rebound and just excel, in everything that they do. So I'm just pleased, and it's a trickle down. Like Scotty said, you want to get, you're trying to get people to come in, but every time you get them to, you're ready to, to open recruiting up, the NCAA moves it further back, and obviously we get it, the challenge that everybody is faced with. So, you do meetings like this, you do everything that you can to get the recruit to be able to see what your personality is, what your team's personality is, and what you all stand for.
Bree and Tasia, what's the excitement level for each of you to play at the Division I level? And is there almost like a little chip on your shoulder to kind of prove, hey, we can do this and we can be really good in our first year?
I don't really know. Like, I'm not necessarily excited to play at the D1 level. I'm just excited to play. I feel like it's been so long since we played, and like, I'm just ready to get started. And I don't really care who we're playing. I'm just ready to go.
I kind of feel the same way. I'm always excited to play. We didn't know if we were going to get our senior season, and now we know for a fact that we will. I feel like we go into every single game with the same mindset, so it doesn't really matter if we're playing a D2 team or a D1 team. We're coming in ready to play and ready to win every night.
What about you, CJ? Is there an excitement level for playing Division I? I know you guys were getting ready for the tournament last year before things halted.
Yeah, for sure. The transition is an awesome thing for the university. As Bree said, we are excited to just play. And we know that the games can be taken from us in a matter of a test or anything like that, as in last year when they shut everything down. So we got our tournament taken from us, and we just got to take it day by day and step by step. And just like Bree said, we just want to play a game. We just want to get ready to go and just play this season. Hopefully everything goes the way it's scheduled out to go, but we're just excited to get started.
Scott, you've had a successful program at the D2 level. What are the strengths of this year's group? In addition to CJ, who are some guys to watch for ASUN fans?
Well, the strength will be 11 returning guys. That's the strength, without a doubt. Who, experience is the greatest teacher in any endeavor. Always has, always will be. And to single out individuals, you look back and you look at a CJ, whose father was a tremendous high school coach for 27 years, is a phenomenal student of the game. His roommate, Justin Betts, they love the game. Show me somebody who loves what they're doing. I'll show you somebody successful. And go find somebody who hates their job. I'll show you a miserable person. And they're not going to be very good. But, Dylan Penn brings back quality minutes. Ethan Claycomb, Baylor Yonker, we got a great transfer, and Sam DeVault from Austin Peay. Pedro Bradshaw's a very dynamic player. And then our sophomores, Bash Whelan, it's Sebastian Whelan. It's unbelievable that the way he came back, it was like a different player. And Garrett Tipton, Alec Freem, Nick Thielen, whose brother was an All-American here, has just taken his game to another level. So the challenge has been a great thing. Now, how will that translate into success on the court? It always has and always will be a team game. And very seldom, if ever, in the game of basketball, do the 5 best players make the best team. So we will continue to stress what we've always stressed is play for each other. And we try to do that unselfishly, not just in the offensive end. A lot of people talk about our passing, but why not play defense as a team also? Not 5 one-on-one games. I stop my man. It's team defense against the opponent.
Coach Dugan, what are the strengths of your group? Obviously, Bree and Tasia are a big part of it, and who are some of the other pieces that are going to hopefully lead you to a successful first year in the ASUN?
You know, we've got it's a kind of hit us at a rebuilding time. We lost a lot of seniors off of last year's squad, but these two right here, you know, I'm just we're going to lean on them, and you know, they both have just such dynamic offensive games, but you know, our main focus is on the defensive end, and those guys, you know, Bree was right up there, you know, as far as being the defensive player of the year. You know, should have been, I think, you know, considered for defensive player of the year in the GLVC. I mean, she's tough. She draws the toughest assignment. I tell her all the time, you know, Bree, I need you to shut this girl down, and she does. And you know, just I mean, she's not very tall, but you know, she knows her angle. She knows how to play, and you know, and then Tasia just really, you know, bought into defense. I'm not sure that, you know, how excited she was about playing defense, but you know, when you're going to play for me, you're going to play some defense, and you know, so she really bought into it and really got very, very good at it. I mean, just as far as, you know, getting a lot of rebounds and just kind of little things that really didn't show up, you know, on stats. You know, she did. You know, the rotation was there for her, you know, as far as you know, help the helper. So you know, I think that those two will be a big key. And then, you know, we're really excited about you know, our kids coming back. You know, Lauren Deal's another senior that is going to be, you know, just very athletic for us. You know, she plays the 4 for us. And you know, then our guards, you know, with Ashley Harris coming back, you know, she'll be a sophomore this year. And then Bailey, you know, Harney and Presley Brown, you know, are some kids that, you know, haven't got a lot of minutes that are going to be counted on this year to get a lot of minutes, and they've really come back and they're ready to go. So I'm really impressed by those two. And then we're going to be we're going to be very rookie-ish in our inside game. You know, we don't have a lot of minutes coming back for our inside game, but they're going to have to catch up quick, and they've really been practicing very, very well. So I'm looking forward to opening up, and you know, hopefully, you know, everybody's doing what they can do to be able to open up, to be able to get the season going.
Well, we wish both of the teams a lot of success this year. Chance Dugan on the women's side, and 2 of her standout players, Bree Torrance and Tasia Jeffries, and of course Scott Davenport on the men's side, and one of his standouts, CJ Fleming. Best of luck to Bellarmine University this year in their first year in the ASUN, and thanks for joining us for our latest ASUN basketball preview.